Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic!
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Welcome to the Local Lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. This is for the August 27th and 28th of 2025 issues. And we have my co-host Michelle here with me. How are you, Michelle?
I am ready for Friday Night Football.
All right. And we've got a special guest, Chuck Grafe of the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald, and he is the sports editor of the Hallettsville Tribune. How's it going, little Chucky?
Well, I knew I was going to live this long, I took better care of myself.
I heard that, bud.
But anyway, this is my 38th year doing this, 53 part-time. 1973 is when I first had my first byline.
All right. Well, we want you to tell us a little bit about the Sacred Heart Indians and the Hallettsville Brahmas going to be playing. Are they both going to be playing Friday night or only the Brahmas?
That is correct. Sacred Heart goes to Schulenburg, and Shiner comes here. Hallettsville has won the last 3 games, but I think it's Shiner's turn this year. And the Brahmas lead the series 14-7.
I'm very worried because now I agree with Chuck Grafe on a Friday.
Well, didn't the Harris polls have Shiner picked or not?
Yeah, Shiner by 6.
Okay.
Yeah, and anyway, yeah, they're pretty well loaded. They lost, just 4 seniors last year, I think. And the only question mark for them was the quarterback. And they'll find somebody.
Yeah.
And that's the way it always is. They got a stable of running backs. One of them is Quincy Jones.
All right.
Who is probably named after Quincy Jones, you reckon?
Could be, yeah.
It's like people who just named their kids Shaq. But anyway, that's all history. Now, Hallettsville this year, it's going to be kind of iffy. Last year they started the season with 2 straight wins, had their first losing season since 2018. And last year, a play here and there, they finished 3-8 last year. A play here and there, and they could have, the record would have been different. They started the season 2-0, beat Shiner Gonzalez, and then everything went south. Well, this year, Michael Pagoda was returning at quarterback, but the quarterback this year will be 6'3" junior, Kason Podhosky. And it took me a while to learn to spell that name from junior high till now, but I can still spell it.
Hallettsville's in a pretty tough district, right?
Oh, always. I got to get out of there. But anyway, Michael Pagoda is a member of that relay team that won state in the spring in the sprint relay. And they moved him to running back and flanker, and, they're going to use him in various ways.
What's a flanker, Chuck Grafe?
Split end, wide receiver.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, and they're going to move him around to utilize his speed. And they got some good big linemen coming back. Kyle Swetlick, 265. Dylan Britton, 300. And that's their 2 big boys.
Well, what would you say is the toughest teams in that district? The hardest to beat or whatever?
Oh, Hallettsville's district?
Yeah.
Well, Columbus is ranked number 1 again to start the season, but they lost Schobel. And they're going to be basically a running team. But Coach Levi Montgomery at Hallettsville says Yoakum is going to win district.
Really?
Yeah, and then you got Hitchcock. They come here this year. Columbus and Hitchcock come here. But anyway, Hitchcock, realignment is in February, and they're a pretty sure thing to go to 4A. See, they don't have any 3A teams around them down there. And they're going to, but Columbus, they're kind of what's got the Hallettsville has not turned in their enrollment yet. So we'll see about that. But, man, Hallettsville needs to get back in Region 4 so they can win some playoff games.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's a tough district when you read about them. They all are pretty tough. And of course, Yoakum and Hallettsville is what turned into a pretty good rivalry or whatever, or they have been. What do you think about that?
Which one now? I'm sorry.
Yoakum and Hallettsville.
Oh, yeah. Well, Yoakum's loaded. They beat Hallettsville last year. Hallettsville made 6 turnovers. That was for 3rd place.
Well,
Yoakum got 3rd place and went on to win 3 playoff games.
Well, it's hard to win when you do that with the turnovers.
They were minus in turnover. Well, one year Hallettsville had a heck of a record. They were minus in turnovers. You believe that? But anyway, Sacred Heart, Coach Rodney Dial returns to Hallettsville. He coached here for a number of years. Great guy, man. He's, and he hired some part-time assistants. He even has Pat Hinkey as a volunteer coach. But anyway, he got Wayne Condra, who was a head coach at Al Campo at one time, Joe Bill. I can't remember where he coached. But anyway, they got to replace their quarterback. And the one that would probably get the job is sophomore Trent Sefcik.
I see.
And they're going to run what he calls the gun T. They'll be in an I formation under center most of the time, tailback, fullback. And, not your, what you call it, typical shotgun or whatever.
Well, they, that district, how do you think they'll fare in that district?
Boy, they got, Brazos won it last year. I mean, they beat the hell out of everybody. And they lost in the state finals. But anyway, at Sacred Heart, you can go 1-9. As long as you beat St. Paul, you got a job. I mean, that's how bad it is. And, no, he's got some good people.
Life is unpredictable, but preparing for the unexpected shouldn't be. Take ownership of your life planning with Policy Genius to help your loved ones have a financial safety net in case something happens to you. They offer life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. Don't wait for life to make other plans. Protect your family today. Head to PolicyGenius.com. That's PolicyGenius.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 22nd through September 4th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Go back at Sacred Heart. Good linemen, good skilled players. It's just a matter of, this year, that first time, they had a summer weightlifting program, boys and girls.
Wow.
And that's a big thing.
Did you go have breakfast tacos with him this morning?
Ma'am, pardon me?
Coach Dowell, he invited people to go have breakfast tacos this morning.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. You'd have went, wouldn't you?
I would have if I wanted to talk football.
I bet Yashik would have went if they'd invited him.
Does Henry like to talk football?
I don't know.
I always tell people, Henry was headed to the NFL, but he suffered a brain injury. But the MRI showed nothing.
All right.
I got to pick on Henry. Poor Henry.
Yeah.
Such a cute little fella.
Yes, he is. Well, Chucky, you got anything else, or you?
Well, we're talking about Yoakum.
Right.
They get recruits every year. Allegedly, they got a whole bunch of seniors. Allegedly, they got 2 transfers from Wimberley. They get them every year. I better not say what I'm going to say, but anyway.
Yeah. we got to keep it straight here for the podcast.
Yeah.
But Yoakum, their population is a lot bigger than Hallettsville.
Oh, a lot bigger school. Everybody, Hallettsville's the smallest team in the district. I mean, smallest school in the district. Yeah, and they probably, they haven't had a screenshot of the enrollment yet. But like I said, realignment's in February, and hopefully, we can go back south where we belong. But what's
Why
funny?
would you want to go north?
What's funny is we're in Region 4 and everything else. Track and field, baseball, softball, basketball, all that stuff. So
Yoakum should be going to a higher bracket, do you think? Or
I don't know. Some people kind of got their numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Columbus may be on a bubble. I don't know.
Well, that's one of those things that we'll just have to wait and see. It all cranks up Friday night, and I know we're looking forward to it. And I think, Michelle, you're going to be at the game too.
We're all going to be there, right?
Well, I don't know if we're all going to be there, but Murray's going to sure try. I like to sit on the home side, and I like to sit on the north side and sit down low because it's hard for me to climb them stairs.
I wonder if Henry's going then.
Well, Henry, a lot of times he likes to go park at the fence. Now, what you can see from the fence, I don't know because I've never tried that. But
Henry, when his grandson played, he's a big The grandson played at Sacred Heart, but his son played at Hallettsville High School. And very smart kid. Nuclear.
Well, his grandson, wasn't he quarterback at Sacred Heart?
Yeah.
All right.
Must be in the genes.
Yeah. Don't make too much racket, Chucky. We're on there. But anyway, I guess if you have nothing else.
Well, shouldn't you talk about girls' sports just a little?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean, they do still play something.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, both volleyball teams got off to a slow start the other night. Hallettsville beat Gonzales, and they beat them in 4 sets. And they had the biggest comeback in that game I've ever seen. They were down 24-16. That's hard. One little mistake. Anyway. They come back and tie and end up lose 32-30.
Oh no!
But they won the match 3-1. So that was something. And the Indians, they're trying to find their way. They lost Annika Brooks. She was 6'3". She's now at Blinn.
Wow.
Blinn College. Yeah, she's a leaper. And but they got two good setters. This Ryland Dworsky kid is pretty special, hitter and setter. And they're gonna they're going to be decent. But
haven't you and Wanda been about the same amount of time?
Wanda Orsich's been there 35 years.
And you're on 38.
But like I said, y'all pick up a newspaper. We got fall sports preview in it.
Yeah, we were going to promote that, but I'm glad you brought it up. That's in every paper but Moulton, right?
Yeah.
Y'all, you folks out there, especially you football fans, you need to be looking for your paper this week because the fall sports preview will be in there. And I'm sure Chucky wrote a lot about Hallettsville and Sacred Heart, and I guess Mark Luby, I guess he's writing some for Yoakum.
Yeah, he did Yoakum also.
That's good.
Side shiner. He's a booger.
Yeah, he did too. And some of Luli? And you only did one? That's rough, Chuck.
Hey, Luby's about 40 years younger than me.
Yeah, that does make a difference.
That would make Mark Luby 87.
Oh, okay.
Make you 87.
Chucky says, not yet.
And you're not quite there.
Check on old Murray and Henry Joe.
Yeah, if I reach 80, I'm not going to Shiner Brewery and have a party. I'll tell you that. I remember when I turned 50, I went to San Diego to see my daughter.
Well, that was a good trip.
Yeah,
And
it
a
was.
long time ago.
Yes, it was. I got 99 somewhere back in there.
Well, all right, Chuckums, have you got anything else?
Man, I enjoyed it.
We enjoyed having you and appreciate all your knowledge, and we'll be looking forward to your articles in the paper every week during the fall and whatever. So come back to see us, Chucky.
Thank you.
Don't
You
forget
betcha.
to take pictures of the band.
You bet. All righty. We're going to let Chuck go on out of here now, and we're going to be doing the other newspapers. So
We'll miss you, Chuck.
we'll check you later, Chucky. Thanks
All right.
a bunch.
Say bye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye, Chuck. All right. Well, we were.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Glad to have Chuck here with us and give us a little preview of what's upcoming in all these ball games. And before we start into the newspapers, we've got some information this week that our podcast, The Local Lowdown, has been evidently people in South Korea like it.
And we love the people in South Korea.
We really do. I mean, we appreciate you. We got a report that we were listed 89th in their podcast, and we're listed under news commentary. I don't know why, but that's the way they got us listed. And I'll tell you what, when you stop and think about how many podcasts the people of South Korea are able to get, it's an honor for you folks. We appreciate you listening. I don't know what your interests are in South Central Texas, but we're happy to have you, and we hope that you'll share this podcast with your friends and relatives, and we'd be happy to get more folks from South Korea listening to The Local Lowdown. With that being said, Michelle, you got anything else before we start?
You want to go over our question or do that at the end?
Let's do that at the end. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, we'll have be talking about people who commented on the question that Michelle had on the group. What was that question, Michelle? I forgot.
Are you going, if you live in town, are you still going to town?
Yeah. We had quite a few comments, I think, on that. And we'll list everybody that commented, and we'll tell you what they said, and we'll do that at the end of this podcast. So stay tuned. So Michelle, you can pick the list of how you want to run the papers this week.
Since Shiner's on top, we're going to go for it. Should I scoot closer to you, Murray? Do you feel lonely?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the Shiner Gazette spring picnic is this Sunday, as well as the Hallettsville Sacred Heart picnic. So to celebrate Labor Day, that's going on. Clayton wrote a story. I don't know where it is exactly. I couldn't get it in my paper, but I know some of the papers got it on Labor Day. And then, of course, we have stories about the picnics and quilts that will be going on as well in both Hallettsville and Shiner that will be auctioned off. Jimmy attended a lengthy commissioner's court, and you can hear what they accepted as a tax approval for the budget for the 2025, or is it 2026? 25-26 year. He explains all of that. Lavaca Arian's mom hosts, it's called ISR Swimming, which is Infant Swimming Resource. You can see the class. There's a big picture Janet has on her front page. It's a very large class, and this helps to prevent drowning of young kids.
What do they have in there? What age they start?
Let me see. So more than 200 attended.
I was just interested in wondering at what age do they start those babies from?
Oh, here, as young as 6 months.
Wow. And I was thinking probably 1 year would be it, but that's amazing. But they say those little ones take to that water, a lot of them. So that's an interesting read, folks. Y'all need to check that out.
And then we have Clayton's article. I found it. It's on page 3 about Labor Day, so you want to check that out. We have 2 obituaries, Otto Kaliba Jr. and Dennis Melker. Condolences to their families. We have thank Yoakum Community Hospital for their ad to meet some of their new physicians that are coming. It's always good that our local hospitals are growing, including Gonzalez Healthcare, and we always thank them for their ads and support.
Potex ads in there too, right?
Yes, so buy your groceries.
Yeah,
shop local.
That's right.
Shiner Sports, of course, things are in full swing. Both high school volleyball teams are doing well. Comanches won 3rd at the Schulenburg, and the Cardinals won silver at the SMHC. So I would think San Marcos Hill Country. I am just guessing.
All right.
And so, congrats to them. And of course, the Comanches are excited to kick off their football season tomorrow night here in Hallettsville. And we're excited to watch them.
What is that Harris Poles? Run that down right fast.
Shiner by 6 over Hallettsville. Port Lavaca Calhoun by 1 over Yoakum. Is that what PL stands for? I guess. Mm-hmm. Nixon Smiley by 1 over Luling. That's going to be close. Falls City by 15 over 3 Rivers. Poth by 17 over Jordanton. I'm sure I said that one wrong. Flatonia by 17 over Louise. Columbus by 2 over Cuero. Ganado by 9 over Van Vleck. And Edna by 21 over Industrial.
Well, this is just another one of those polls, Somebody's giving their opinion on who's going to win what. But it'll all be proven on the field.
I feel like we should do a Grafe poll.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to tell him next time he's on.
I want to know what Chuck thinks. Maybe, I think. Maybe not. There was a bad accident and that happened on Sunday night. Who actually, the man had to be airlifted. So PHI got involved in that, and we are thankful for their services in this area.
You betcha. All righty. Going over to what?
Yoakum. All right. And Yoakum has homecoming, their first football game.
Really?
And that is just getting it done.
Yeah, I never heard of that before.
Me neither, but here it is.
Well.
So I hope that they had a great week and that it'll be fun. You can see the homecoming court nominees on the front page. We also have most of our papers got the sentencing of 6 years in prison to the man who escaped our local jail.
They just tacked on to the time he was already serving, I'm sure.
I don't know. I didn't read it. I don't want to give him any more of my time. No, I'm kidding. So we have 2 obituaries. One was in the Shiner already, which was Otto Kaliba Jr. and Mr. Albert Perez Jr. So condolences to their families.
You betcha.
Blessing of a New School Year is going to be held September 3rd in Hallettsville, which is a great event that all are invited to. Welcome back to school. We have a lot of school information and then some ads to support that. So thank you to all those advertisers. Yoakum's going to open their season this week, and I'm sure they're as excited as every other town. Football's a pretty big deal around here,
Football's a big deal in Texas everywhere. And like I told Chuck, I'm looking forward to the game Friday. Hoping I can make it there, and I like to sit with my friends on the north side of the home field stadium. So
I'll come find you.
We'll be looking forward to it. Michelle's got to find somebody to take pictures of her daughter that night, but
yeah,
Maybe we'll get through it.
I'm hoping. Lavaca, we're going to Hallettsville now.
All
or
right.
we're coming here, or we're staying here.
We're here
I don't
at
know.
the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald.
Which one we're at. But Lavaca County Sheriff's Office held a traffic stop that revealed heavy unstable cargo. So, big story of what they found in these vehicles.
That was, they even had a car, wasn't they, towing a car in that trailer? Goodness gracious. I bet that all got impounded, maybe, you think?
Yeah, if you're looking for a new car. It's All Good barbecue trailer was stolen, so if anyone has any information on that, I'm sure they would love their food truck. That is not cheap, and it's part of who they are, part of some of their livelihood, I'm sure. So
Wasn't those folks up around Dripping Springs or somewhere up in the hill country? I don't think it. Well, I know it's not local, but
yeah, Texas Hill Country.
But they still need to have their barbecue truck back, trailer rather, because we all love barbecue.
But the co-owner is Frankie Hoch. How do you pronounce that?
I don't know.
Hoch.
Spell it.
A Hallettsville native. Hoch. I did spell it.
Oh, okay.
You did. Tell me what it was.
No, they pronounce it different. Some like if it's Koch, they call it cook. Well, I don't know what that is, but anyway, help them get their trailer back if you happen to see it. Pictures on the front page of the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald.
Right,
and that's Jimmy's story, I think.
That is Jimmy's story, and Jimmy has a few more stories on the front page. All the front page is Jimmy's story.
Yeah.
And we have no right on red, which, you can take a right on red sometimes. But if the sign says no right on red, don't be doing it.
That's right.
That's very dangerous. Now, Jimmy asked me, because, Jimmy used to be a driver's ed teacher. And so he sometimes still tries to teach me every day, I feel. But he had a driver's ed question. And I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you now. Is there ever a time you can take a left on red in the state of Texas?
Only time I take a left is if the light gives me an arrow.
You're wrong.
Oh, okay.
If you're like in downtown Austin and it's a one-way street to another one-way street, you can take a left.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. But I'm glad you did.
And I'm glad. Well, I didn't until Jimmy told me yesterday.
Next time you go to Austin, you'll know what to do.
Yeah. And now I've informed everyone else, including the people in South Korea. But
betcha.
I don't know your laws, so don't go ahead and be turning nowhere and say I told you. Hallettsville ISD faculty members received teacher incentive allotment, and you can see the teachers listed there. Congrats to them, but more of a big thank you for all you do for our kiddos. Henry Joe has a winner and a new question. What was the name of the American radio sitcom about black... Let me try again. What was the name of the American radio sitcom about black characters initially set in Chicago, then later in the Harlem section of New York City?
I know exactly the answer to that because those videos of that program are still on YouTube, and they are hilarious. And there's in that show, I think there's either one or two of the act are actually not black, but they're white. Well, but they've got, makeup and all that. But it's a hilarious thing. It's not a put down on black people whatsoever. If I could tell you the name, well, I would. But that's for Henry Joe's columns. And
so find the answer. Go watch it. I may watch it. Is it that guy, Sanford and Son?
No. But that's a hilarious one too. That's a Red Fox. Plays in that.
I learned this week that Red Fox died on set somewhere. He had a heart attack.
I'm not sure
Did you
about
know
that.
I saw it.
He's been gone. Well, that's probably true, but he's been gone a while. But I watched that one too.
Are you trying to say TikTok lied to me?
No, of course not. TikTok would never do that.
So, Jots to Jim, somehow I put by Jimmy Apple twice, but if you don't know, that was a good way to tell you that it was by him. And he's excited, of course, about Friday Night Football. He's going to be running the clock tonight at the Hallettsville freshmen play Schulenburg's freshmen, or maybe JV. But Hallettsville's JV is coming to Shiner to play Shiner.
And when do they play? The one that Jimmy's going to do?
The clock tonight at 6, maybe? Yes.
Oh, all right. I've kind of lost track of time being as...
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Stephen at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Stephen.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
We all know that owning a small business means you wear many hats, but sometimes you really need an extra pair of hands. Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience, with the simple and ambitious goal of pioneering a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in staffing key projects and initiatives. They access a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, and get help drafting a job post or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com.
We have to come to work again tomorrow.
I know. Are you excited? You get to see
it's like
me
having
again.
2 Mondays in 1 week.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Now, I had a ton of obituaries in the Hallettsville paper.
All right.
I had 6. One is Mr. Otto Kaliba. We have Emily Ann Schott Stiles, Lucille Margaret Wengler, Ronald, Christopher Layton, and Carlwyn Eugene Juno Werner Jr. Condolences to their family. We want to thank Brush to Bay and ask you to go support their sale because it is a good one that will last from August 26th. So started today. Is that today or yesterday? I don't know. Tuesday, I got it.
All right.
I was getting there. And will last till September the 6th.
Brush to Bay, that's a good outfit, especially for you hunters and fishermen and anybody involved.
And while you're talking about that, so we always put out a campsite chatter, right, Murray?
Mm-hmm.
The paper does this special section, and we need stories. Not that we need them. Well, I mean, maybe, but we want them. Like, I tried to think that all these guys I work with had to hunt when they were kids or with their dad.
Well,
and
you've got one of my articles about hunting.
But then Henry said no. And then Jimmy said, well, he didn't really go with his dad. And Chuck, I don't know.
Well,
I don't think
my dad
so.
didn't hunt, nor did he fish. All he liked to do was barbecue, and that's what he did. But I see your point, because we have a lot to put in there. And we're not necessarily don't have space for other stories, but we have some material that could be pulled for local stories of local people about their hunting adventures. Now, we certainly wouldn't have room if we got a ton of them, but we invite people to submit, and what would be the last day they could do that, Michelle?
Bump. I'm not sure.
What they need to do is
I will put it on the local lowdown page.
Okay.
The deadline, and then the email to submit them.
And what exactly do you want as far as...
I want anything. I want your cute hunting stories, your scary hunting stories. I may ask my friend to write a story about why she won't take me hunting. But, because she told me one time that would not be a good fit for me. She doesn't.
And when does that come out? That comes out... you don't have to
beginning of October?
Well, anyway, you have plenty of time if you want to submit. Tell them where to send them. I
would send them to ads at LavacaCountyToday.com.
We know it's a long address, folks, but that's our newspaper. That's actually for all the newspapers, correct?
Correct.
Because that'd be coming off the website. But give it to them one more time, and we hope you'll send your submissions in.
ads, which is ADS, at lavacacountytoday.com.
That's great.
And nothing is abbreviated.
All lowercase.
All right, so we're going to move on to sports. We had Chuck sit here and talk about a lot of it, but I do want to thank and send out a big shout out to Mr. John Lamson and his American Shield company. He is going to be sponsoring the Athletes of the Week.
All right.
For both schools, both Hallettsville schools. And so it started this week. Check it out. We're very excited to have those and have them honored. So congrats to Ryland Jaworski, Ty Lewis, Landon Bone, and Jans Hankey.
Is this a new thing?
It is new, but it will be weekly. And Murray, he's ready, and he cried. Murray, you cried?
Yeah, I wrote about my experiences with I'm a big Texas Longhorn fan, for those of you that don't know. And I wrote a story about when I was 13 years old. Texas had the most horrible season they ever had, 1956. They were 1-9. And all we had then was radio, and we didn't have a TV. And I was 13, and I went through that season, and believe me, folks, I cried a lot because they lost all but one game. And the only game they won by 1 point. But I would sit there on that radio, and for you old timers, you probably remember Kern Tips in my announcing those radios for Humble Oil. And I tell you what, he was the greatest announcer I ever heard. And so you might enjoy it, and even the Aggies might enjoy learning about me crying. So
yeah, they'll find that to be very good.
You bet. So go read it. I enjoyed digging up a little memory. So.
I didn't know that there was a Coach Price that coached the Longhorns.
Yeah,
so that's kind of fun.
I was thinking about Gilbert when I read that.
Yeah, me too, when I saw it.
Yeah, he was in his first 2 years, I think I've got on there 51, 52, all the way to, I believe, 56, somewhere in there. But the first 2 years, he was an outstanding coach, and they won a lot of games. But that 56 season, I don't know what happened. But everything went to heck. But anyway, I enjoyed writing it, and I hope you'll enjoy reading it.
And then we have Stephen Greenwell. We want to thank him. We have his second part of his sheriff's update. And so see what's been going on in his first 250-something days.
He's been doing a great job, that's for sure.
And then we have a $1,000 scholarship recipient. She is a granddaughter of the locals, but she received it from the Catholic Daughters. So if you want to find out how, you should ask your own Catholic Daughters Association. But that's a great honor, and congrats to her. The quilts that will be auctioned are on the back page. Check those out. See if you may want one. Go get you one. And then new driver's license rules. So now they're going to be black and white, which kind of makes me sad.
All right.
You're not sad about it?
No.
All right. So, we're moving on to the Milton Eagle.
Yeah, we got Clayton's story about Labor Day on the front page. And what else? Jail escapee.
The cargo stop.
And the Shiner Catholic picnic. And a story about the floods and what's being done about that.
Which sometimes we forget. Like, at first it's big news, and then we forget. Like, they are still recovering.
Oh, those people. There's no telling how long it'll take the people in the hill country to recover from that devastating flood and all those young lives that were lost at that Camp Mystic, I believe it was.
Yes, correct.
But anyway, it's a sad situation, and if you're able to help out, there's a whole lot of places you can donate money to it. What else you got, Michelle?
Your story's in here about UT, and then Henry writes about the history of Moulton.
Yeah, little fella, he sure did.
He worked real hard on that. Yeah. Poor little Henry.
Yes, he did.
He worked so hard this week. He did have a busy week, actually. You also mentioned the Sacred Heart picnic as well as the Shiner. And then I'm really excited, and I hope someone recognizes your mystery photo, because that's fun.
It's a unique photograph. I'll be honest with you, I'll be dating myself here, but when I started working for this newspaper, I was working out of Moulton. And so I was looking in their in their files one day. They had in a filing cabinet. They had a whole ton of those pictures, and I guess they had been in issues, over the years. And I gathered them up and scanned them, and actually I ran this same picture in the Molten Eagle back in 2005. And nobody ID'd it then, and maybe now. I'm going to bring them back. I've still got.
Are you going to put it on the local lowdown page too? I think you should.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Please, someone identify it. And if you can't identify the people, do you know where the house is? Mm-hmm. Identify the house.
It's actually, I think I've got that in the cut line. If you could identify the object or the people or whatever. But even Henry Joe Yashek, who spent his youth and life around Moulton, he didn't have any idea who it was. Now, that building caught his eye. We were trying to decide if that was a school or a church or what, but you don't see too many two-story churches around. So I don't know. It'd be exciting to find out, and I think I listed the email address in there. And if you call here and you ask for Murray, if I'm here, I'll be happy to talk to you, and we will put the identification in the paper and by who identified it and whatever. So check it out, folks.
I hope we can tell you next week what it is, right? So, what else do we have? You have the story also on It's All Good Barbecue. I hate when stuff is stolen, so please help them get it back. It's not your property. Senior citizen passes. So I'm sorry. Why don't you explain it? Because I'm just reading it.
We do it here in Hallettsville. The school will issue these passes to people, senior people. I don't know exactly what age they start at. I don't think it even says that in the cut line. I probably didn't have the information, but it's real neat for people, senior citizens. I've got one for Hallettsville, and I could use my Hallettsville press card, but I enjoy using the senior ID from the school. So check that out, folks. All you have to do is just contact the Moulton Independent School District, and they can give you details on how to get one. All right.
That's very nice. Helps grandparents go support as well. We have the same obituary. It was in all of our papers for Otto Robert Kaliba.
I think we have that same swimming thing about.
Oh, yes, we have that as well.
And the Catholic daughters, or who is it? No,
this is the cattlewomen who donated beef to area food pantries, which, of course, is... You should always, if you have a chance, a food pantry is a great way to support your local community and those who are in need. Ooh, shrimp. I can't have shrimp. Maybe I'm allergic just to the paper.
Well, I'll pull that out. It was a press release from Sid Miller, the commissioner, Sid Miller, and he's talking about the radioactive foreign shrimp and how to avoid buying that product, which comes from overseas. I don't know why we can't just have shrimp locally, but that's the way things work nowadays. But you need to if you like shrimp and you buy shrimp at the store and whatever, you need to read this article because they include the lot numbers of the radioactive shrimp. So check it out. And I got a picture of a shrimp boat in there because I'm from the coast and it brings back some happy memories.
All right. We're going to head over to Luling.
All right.
And how the network cookie crumbles. Not a clue what this is about, but it sounds like a very interesting story. And I'm sure it's a great one, written by Ms. Nicole Smith. So check it out. You should check it out, is what I mean. Youthful Eagles take flight, and that's all about what's going on with the youth football teams in the area. And they actually started last week. I know Shiners did too in Hallettsville, so they got a jump start on their season. She talks about the Air Life Texas set to soar, and I had just talked about in Shiner how the man had to be life flighted. That is a huge, it can be the difference in someone's living or dying. So we're happy to have that in the areas. We have an obituary for Randall Papa Eugene Nelson. Condolences to his family. We thank the police for always sending in their police beat, because we can't just guess who's getting in trouble or unlocking doors or all that stuff. The Eagles will open this week at Nixon, at Nixon. So they're doing a little travel. We thank the Chamber for always putting in their ads. Nicole was covering some cross country. And it takes a special person to run cross country. Truth about that.
Yes, it does.
And then we thank, of course, all of our advertisers, and their fall sports preview was in their paper. So Nicole did a great job of covering all the sports. You can see, of course, the same thing you see in our fall sports preview, which is.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams one-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Schedules for the year and to support your fall sports teams. Eric Lugo is talking about the Astros again, and I heard Rick Rothbauer say yesterday he's going to have to stop watching him, so I don't know. That's probably they're not doing so good. Gridiron Gurus, this is their first week, so best of luck to all of them.
Do they have new people on there? Or
they have a couple, some new faces, but returner is, of course, Miss Brittany Powell, my favorite, who won last year. That doesn't mean, Brittany, that you will be my favorite all year. That doesn't mean also I don't like you anymore.
Well, you just pick the winner.
Sometimes I change it up. All right. And so last year I think I picked her at first because she was the only girl. But this year we have 2 women. So, I don't know. And then you have the Killing Room, which is a bunch of musicians. And I did an ad for them one time, and they, used to hang mead, and it was a cool story. So, I kind of like them, too. I don't know.
Well, Nicole, did she write all those stories, or?
Yes. I don't know. Mark may have done some as well.
Mark Luby. I was looking at that paper earlier. I'll tell you what, Nicole did a great job, and she wrote a whole lot of articles.
She is and she wrote 2 for my paper.
My God.
But let me talk about this really quick. So Nicole is the one person I can say, hey, I'm in a little bit of a bind. I don't have enough content. Can you write something? And we talk about it, and I said something about the Lone Star Cup, which I think is very interesting because it's a Covenant award that most schools go for. And then she also said, hey, I'm going to give you the cross-country one I wrote, too. So she actually only wrote 1 extra, but gave me 2.
Well, good
and
for her.
That is amazing teamwork.
Yes.
But it's probably because she's a woman that's why that works, because the men in this office...
They just won't do anything, will they?
Pretty much no.
Well, I imagine you and Nicole are going to be even busier.
We are, and we're more bestest of friends than ever.
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay, do we want to talk about me getting stung in the toe first, the question? Because we're done with these papers.
Yeah, well, let's do the question first. I don't know how many people are going to be interested in that stung and toe.
Everyone's always interested in Michelle getting stung. Oh.
Right.
It's going to take me a little bit, so why don't you talk about how we're on YouTube?
This is a question that Nicole put in the local lowdown. If you don't go to you need to check out our group, the local lowdown, on the Facebook, because these podcasts will be posted there first. And that's where we put our questions of the week. We try to have one every week. And then on these podcasts, we will share with you the comments of people from the question. Do you have them up yet?
I do.
All right, well, go ahead.
It was fast today. So I titled it Small Town Living Question. Okay, y'all, I need help understanding this. When you leave the house to go to the store, like Hofer's in Hallettsville or B's in Shiner, do you say you're going to town? I get it if you live out in the country, but what if you already live in town? Am I still going to town? Or do I just say that because I grew up in Shiner and my grandparents who lived in the country always said it? Right. So tell me, do you go to town even when you're already in town, or just one of those small town quirks?
Yep.
So what do you think, Murray?
Well, I think I made a comment.
I should read your comment. So Dana Beal Sestock said, I go to the store if I'm in town. Okay. And Tiffany Honda said, same, I'm going to town real quick.
All right.
And then Katie Williams said, I go to town no matter where I am. When I lived in the city, my neighbor Sherry Hendricks Blankship would give me a hard time because I would usually call and say, I'm going to town. Do you need anything? Cindy Orozco Swan said, I'm going to town if I leave my neighborhood. When I lived in Austin, Pflugerville, when I turned off my street, I was going to town. Gail Hankey says, depends on where I'm going. I either say I'm going to town or I'm going to Walmart. Lori Rankin Phillips said, I always say I'm going to town and I live in town. Grew up on the outskirts of town and my parents said the same thing. And she laughed, saying never realized. When we lived, Kayla Gelker said, when we lived in town, we said we were going to the store. Now we live out of town. We literally have to go to town, but I'm thankful town is closer than where I grew up. Nicole Smith, definitely a phrase that has carried over from generations ago. We live in town and say heading into town. Audra Meagle Sapko said, regardless of where I have lived, in town or out of town, when I leave the house, I'm going to town. Here it is, Murray Montgomery. I'm in town, and I'm going to Hofer.
There you go.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Well, what if you were going to Country Bakery?
Well, I guess I'd say going to Country Bakery.
Yay. Tracy Barbosa said, I have always said I'm going to town no matter where I live. It drives my son crazy. Mark Luby, Michelle Price, you have to say you're going to town since you grocery shop in Gonzales. And that's only because Mark and I had the pleasure of being at the grocery store together last Sunday. Murray Montgomery said, get your comments in by Wednesday. Okay, you're bossing. And then Murray said, posting for Henry Joe Yashik. Henry says, because I already live in town, I just say the name of the place I'm going. If I still lived in the country, then I would say I'm going to town. And then I have a few on my page that may take me a little bit. So I feel like it is a small town thing. And it is probably wrong, but it's okay, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, maybe it's the same. Okay, nothing new. These are the same ones. I went through them all.
Got them all?
Got them all.
Okay. I want to tell you, well, go ahead about your toe.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So this weekend, my daughter had a Girl Scout bridging ceremony. She technically wasn't bridging, but it's kind of like a rite of passage when you go from like brownie to, I don't know, or cadet to something. Anyway, so we attended it because one of her Girl Scout sisters was bridging, and it was in the park, in Green Dixie Park by that green bridge. It makes sense, right? Bridging.
Oh, yeah.
So she walked over the bridge. We had a little fun, celebrated. And as I was walking to the car, I felt like a sticker got me real good in my toe. And I told my daughter to stop and help me get the sticker out. But when I looked down, Murray, no sticker. And then my toe just started burning like fire. And I thought, this may be it. So I went and closed my eyes for a second, saw my life flash before my eyes, then got my life together and realized I probably wasn't dying. But I said, maybe we should get out and look if there's a snake. My daughter said, I don't want to see if there's a snake. So I said, okay, fine. So I went home. I called all my friends to tell them that this could be it. I texted the newspaper. No one really responded to my question or anything that this could be it. One of my friends that was at the Girl Scout thing, ooh, I'm busting open here, Murray, and said that her husband was at the thing and he saw ground wasps. So we think that's maybe what it was. But I, of course, laid in bed with my foot up for about 5 hours. Not really, just about an hour. And then, I don't know. I took some Benadryl, barely could wake up the next day. But all in all, Monday it felt fine. But Tuesday night, since it's been itching really bad, Murray.
Well,
and one day I asked you to scratch it and you said no.
Did that happen? Did you say that happened at Green Dixon?
Yes.
There's probably a real fat, happy copperhead crawling off in the brush and laughing right now.
I don't think so.
See, they don't have to. When they bite you, they can decide whether they give you any venom or not. They can dry bite. So he might have checked you out and said, she ain't worth spending those venom on. I'll just bite her big toe for the heck of it.
It wasn't my big toe. It was my second toe.
Oh, it's what do you call that toe?
I don't know.
It's got a name. You're not... As Chuck said, you might need to Google or Google.
It would be your pointer toe.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Well, did you find a stinger in it?
No.
Well, I'm sure old Gilbert checked it out for you.
Well, I made him, yes.
Yeah. Well, we're real happy that you got over it because we were all so worried.
Actually, no one cared.
All right, with all the stories over, I want to remind you that all you folks out there that the local Lowdown podcast is now on YouTube. So check it out when we post it. And when you click on the post, you'll go directly to YouTube. And you'll not only see that podcast, you'll see every one we've ever done.
Which is so fun. Do you know how many we've done together?
147.
Together, me and you?
Oh, me and you probably 142 maybe.
That has been the
I don't
best.
remember or Hans and I. We first started. We were doing video, and then we went back to audio. But me and Hans probably didn't do more than about 6. So just roughly, I'd say you and I have probably done 140, something like that. But anyway, check it out. YouTube is it's the #1 platform for podcasts, and you need to go to check it out. And I guess that's all I got. Do you have anything else you want to share?
No, but I'm going to put up the thing about campsite chatter and how to submit stories and what I'm looking for, if I can think of something. And then I'm also going to think of a new question. But sometimes they just come to me, you know.
Well, I may have one for you, but we'll
Really?
talk about that later. Well, folks, I'll say my goodbyes first.
Okay.
You're
the boss.
Yeah, well, sometime. I'm really looking forward to football season, and I hope to be at the Hallettsville Shiner game. If I'm not, well, just know I'll be listening and I'll be thinking about everybody. And we have 2 good teams playing, 2 local teams, Shiner and Hallettsville. And Shiner is picked to win, but who knows? It's a home game for the Brahmas. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be an exciting game, and we just pray that none of the kids get injured and everybody will be healthy. And with that, I'll just say my goodbyes and turn it over to Michelle.
All right. Well, I will be at the Hallettsville game or the Hallettsville Shiner game as well. And I will make sure to see if Murray is there and all my other friends who promised to come. And it's always I think a better game when you're watching 2 local teams with local kids and you know a lot of the kids. Yeah. It adds a lot of fun to the game, and that they've all worked hard. The bands worked hard. The cheerleaders work hard. Everyone works hard to prepare, and now they get to be out there. And so support all of them and all they do. Support the concession stands.
You bet.
They make great food, so why not? You got to eat something, right?
That's right.
But definitely injury-free. I do want to shout out to Bodie Werner. He got injured last year during football season, and his mom had posted this morning that he re-injured or he tore his meniscus in his knee. I don't know if it's the same knee, but and she was asking for prayers that it didn't affect his ACL and just for recovery. And so please pray for him and any other athlete who is just starting off their season and now is facing that.
Give his name one more time, Michelle.
Bodie Werner.
All right. Prayers for all those young people, and we'll be looking forward to the game, and I can't wait. So, are you ready for some football?
All right. Go Comanches.
All right.
Have a great weekend.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.